So in this video, we're going to kind of go over briefly how to use Zoom. But before I go into that, just kind of wanted to remind everyone about the extended due dates that we have. You should have received an email, and it's also a Blackboard announcement. So for the adaptive project, both the team charter and the schedule, the due dates have been extended to Monday, March 23rd by 11:59 p.m. And that same due date has been extended for the ethics case study, so the written report that you're doing with your group member, as well as that individual assignment, which is the self-reflection related to the ethics case study. So note that all of these are now due Monday, March 23rd by 11:59 p.m. So moving on to Zoom, we will be using Zoom pretty heavily for the rest of this semester. Just kind of wanted to give an overview about how to use it. So this is the link that I've embedded here to take you to Zoom. For section 3, we will be using this meeting ID to kind of meet once a week and kind of touch base. So what you can do is you can click on this Zoom link. It will take you to Zoom through Boise State. Click join a meeting and then type in that meeting ID number and then push join. So it may ask you to download Zoom, and you may have to do that, but once you have that app in your computer or your phone or whatever you're using, you can kind of go from there. So in order to be able to chat with people, you need to either have computer audio or you can have a microphone. There's also the option to do this via phone call. So if you don't have a device that will have a microphone, you can just kind of call in and we can go from there. We won't be able to see your face, obviously, but that will be okay. So at least you can kind of chat with us. So I'll join with computer audio, and you can see that this is what it ends up looking like. When you need to talk, you can select unmute, and that will allow you to kind of talk with people. If you want to show your video, you can unclick that. This will show you how many people are in Zoom, and then a chat option. So if you need to talk with someone or you have a question while one of us are talking, you can use that chat function to kind of go from there. So that's Zoom. And what's helpful about Zoom is you can host your own meetings on Zoom. So maybe you're finding that it's kind of difficult to kind of communicate through email or text with your group. So you can set up your own meeting ID and then have everyone else join, and then you can kind of have some quick team meetings. Also, we'll be doing our presentations online from here on out. So what you can do is you'll be using Zoom, I think is probably the easiest way. You would create your presentations either in Google Slides like I have here or PowerPoint, whatever your group is more comfortable with. And then you can use the screen recording option using Zoom. So you will give your presentations and record the screen by clicking that button. And that will allow you to capture what you're saying as you're presenting your slides, very similar to what I'm doing right now. So for all of our presentations, what will be expected is a voiceover recording of your presentation. So you don't have to show your face, and you can just kind of have your slides showing as I have right now, just pushing record and then talking over those slides. So you can kind of break it up where maybe the first team member is doing the first couple of slides, and then you can kind of edit from there and combine all of those. So some ways that you can edit would be iMovie. If you have any other ways to edit videos that you prefer, go ahead and use that. And yeah, if you have any difficulties with that, let me know, and maybe we can compile a list of some people's favorite type of video editors to use as a resource for everyone to access. So that's how we'll be doing presentations for the rest of the semester. For Zoom, I kind of already mentioned that we will be touching base every week. Both the instructors, both Sarah and I, will be sending out Zoom links to our respective class sections. And so basically that link will give you like a URL that you can click on if you choose to connect via computer. Or there's also a telephone number, kind of similar to what I already showed you, where you can kind of dial in and access the meeting that way. So be on the lookout for those emails. So once again, we'll be doing these weekly group meetings this way, and that's kind of a time for me to kind of check in with each group and see if there are any difficulties, especially in this time right now. It's really important for you to let me know if you're struggling with anything, because it's really difficult for me to kind of we're no longer face to face, so I'm having a harder time being able to see if there's confusion or anything like that, because really at this point I'm relying on email if you have questions or concerns that you're emailing me in order to see and figure out if there's anything that needs to be improved. So for section 3, for my section of Engineering 180, we will be having our Zoom meetings. They will be weekly, and they're going to be happening during discussion 2. So that means that they're going to be happening on Thursdays. So everyone should log in at 12 at noon, and I will kind of talk with you all, see how everything's going. In most cases, I anticipate that we'll be done before 1:15, but if everyone can get there at the Zoom site at 12 on Thursdays, we can kind of touch base and go from there. So we'll be doing that this Thursday, so March 19th, and then we'll take a break for spring break, and then we'll resume on those Thursdays for the rest of the semester. Now for sections 7 and 8, Sarah will be updating you. She'll be in communication with you about the times that she wants to meet with all of you. So for the rest of the semester, I think I kind of already talked about this, but just to kind of reiterate, these slides will be posted on Blackboard. So I'll have a video attachment where I have the voiceover of these slides, but then I'll also have just like a PDF of the slides. So you can find those in the lecture presentations tab of Blackboard. Once again, it's important to refer to the course schedule. So I will announce if there are any modifications made. As you all know, the due dates have been extended, so those have been updated in the course schedule, and we'll kind of be seeing how things go for the rest of the semester, if any other modifications need to be made. Obviously, we're going to be relying pretty heavily on Blackboard and Zoom for the rest of the semester. And also, here is a survey that I'd like all of you to complete. So this kind of gives me an idea. It's a quick survey, just a few questions, kind of telling me anything that I need to be aware of. So maybe you're lacking technology or access to technology. Maybe you don't have devices that you would need, or you have limits on your internet bandwidth or data or anything like that. So this kind of gives me a better idea so that I know how to move forward for the rest of the semester. Obviously, in this time, everything's really new to me, everything's really new to you. We're all finding out this information at the same time. So patience is key, and it's definitely a day-by-day type of situation. I really want to emphasize to stay in touch with me. So if you are struggling with something, if you need help, or if you found something that I'm doing is super helpful, please let me know so that I know what to change and what to keep doing as we go forward, because once again, it's really difficult for me to be able to see how this class is going now that it's kind of like I'm just sending these videos out into Blackboard and then waiting for emails to tell me if something is unclear or if I need to keep doing something. So this is a time to be proactive, letting me know if you have any difficulties with lack of technology, or maybe you have found yourself needing to care for others or caring for yourself. Please let me know. Obviously, this will be kept confidential, but it kind of helps me know what's going on. So these are all of the slides that I have for this video. The next video, I'll kind of go back to talking about the adaptive project, and we'll go into the next assignment.